Welcome to this video on getting started with Tableau Prep. You can download the dataset and packaged flow file underneath the video to follow along in your own copy of Tableau Prep. We're working with data for best-selling books. Tableau Prep makes it easy to get your data ready for analysis. With the same highly interactive drag-and-drop interactions you're used to, Tableau Prep can be used to combine, clean, and shape your data exactly how you want it. Preparing data is done by building a flow, made up of steps such as cleaning, pivoting, or aggregating data. Tableau Desktop works best with data that is tidy in structure. That is, the data should be in rows and columns, and each row should represent one item of data, and each column should be one attribute. How do we get our data that way using Tableau Prep? Let's jump in. First, we'll connect to the dataset. Our bestseller data is in Excel. We'll connect to the American Booksellers Association bestseller lists from February 28th. Here in the Connections pane, we see the list of tables, or sheet tabs, in the dataset. We'll drag out a table, and now we have our first step in the flow. The input step is configurable below. We can bring in every sheet in the file by using a wildcard union and leaving the matching pattern blank. Over on the right, we can see a list of the fields we'll bring in from these tables. Everything looks good. Up in the flow pane, we can rename this step by double-clicking and typing a name. Let's call this February 28th. To add another step in the flow, we'll click the plus button. We want just a basic cleaning step to start. This will let us see the state of our data and what we might need to do to clean it. Below the flow pane, we now see the Profile pane and Data Grid. The Profile pane shows a card for each field in the dataset, and the cards display the values in each field, as well as distribution information about how frequently each value appears. By clicking on a bar, we can highlight related values in other fields. The Info field has multiple pieces of information in one column. If we look down in the Data Grid, which shows a more row-level representation of the data, we can see that this field has a pipe between title and author, then a $sign before the price, and a pipe and ISBN. We can split these values out into unique columns as we want for analysis. Click on the card and open the menu. There are multiple cleaning options here, but we'll choose Automatic Split. Tableau Prep is smart enough to recognize common delimiters, even when they're different, and will split these out for 4 new columns. Renaming the new fields is as easy as double-clicking and typing the desired name. We no longer need the original info field, so we can remove it. We can also split this field and remove the original. Now we have all the distinct columns we want. Price is currently a string data type, but it should be a decimal number. We can click on the data type icon and choose Number Decimal. We have more weeks worth of data, so let's add them to the flow. We can connect to new data. It can be from any source, but ours happens to be another Excel file. We'll bring in a table, select Wildcard Union, and now we have our second data source. To combine 2 steps in the flow, simply drag one onto the other and select Join or Union. Here we have the same column structures, so we want to union. We can verify that everything matches up correctly. Now we simply need to make sure that the cleaning we did is applied to the results from the union, not the first data set alone. We can right-click on the line and select Remove, then drag the union step to the cleaning step. That's all it takes. Our data is prepared and ready for use, so let's create an output step. We'll click the plus and add an output. We'll choose a CSV format, and we can choose where to save the file and what to name it. Now, when we run the flow, we generate a new file. Tableau Prep does not write back to the original data source. This new file contains all of the data as we cleaned and combined it. We're ready for analysis. Flows in Tableau Prep can be simple or complex, and each type of step has robust options. Thank you for watching this video on getting started with Tableau Prep. We invite you to continue with the other free training videos to learn more about using Tableau.